How's it going, everybody? I'm excited to be back here for This Week in Wrestling, episode number 3. Before we get started, if you guys can, I'd really appreciate it. We do have channel memberships available to where you can get your emotes and badges. Very, very low price of just $2.99. That's as low as I can make it because I know not everybody has the money, but I'd really appreciate it. It would help you get a more exclusive take with the channel and me on a personal level. And if you really want to have those emotes in the chat for everybody to see, I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. You just go to the homepage, click on join, and it'll only cost you $2.99. And that would mean so much to me. Every little bit will help support the channel. If you're new, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate that as well. We're almost at 2,020 subscribers, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so very much. I couldn't have done it without you, and we wouldn't be here at this point if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So thank you so much for that. But I don't know what I watched last night, man. There's some okay stuff on Revolution. I don't know why I watched it, but I was just so bored. I was just like, oh, I'll see what's going on over here. They started off with Jungle Boy and Christian Cage. Now, I was all hell confused because the way they were explaining it, you had to put him in the coffin, excuse me, and then you had to bury the guy, whoever was in the coffin. The shovel was out there, the coffin was out there, and I was just like, so they have to do both to win? I don't get it. So when Jungle Boy put when Jungle Boy put Christian Cage in the coffin, it just falls. I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Why would it just fall? I didn't get it. I mean, the shovel was used in a match because it was no holds barred, but I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And then you see a little smoke go up in the air, and I'm just like, oh my god, Tony. When he gets these type of gimmick matches, much like the first death match with Moxley and Omega, we all remember that, right? With the sparklers going up, and they had the countdown and everything, and people were like, "Oh my God, what's going to happen? The ring's going to blow up." And all it was sparklers, and then I'm just like, they would have been better off just doing the explosion and not having the sparklers. That was just stupid. But I'm just like, why is it when he gets these kind of matches on the show, are they doing this? I mean, if you're supposed to be an alternative and be different from WWE, why are you doing child's play shit? I just don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I will say they put on a decent little match. I mean, Christian's great. He's great in the ring. He's great on the promos with the microphone. I don't know if that was the way Tony Khan was writing him off TV. I'm hearing rumors that he wants to finish his career in WWE with Edge. I mean, that would be awesome, and all of us would be all for it. Edge really needs something else to do other than feud with Judgment Day. This was not the kind of run I was expecting when Edge returned to the company. I was expecting a more dominant role, and he's just been feuding with Finn Balor and Judgment Day all year long. I mean, hats off to them. They've been putting on great matches, but good lord, when is this story going to end? Hopefully, WrestleMania. But I just found that to be a little ridiculous. Hey, Ricky, how's it going? Tony Khan is just the youngest man. Yes, we have all told Tony, we have all told him, you need help. You can't be the only one doing everything. You need someone that actually knows what they're doing. Sure, you can put the matches together. That's fine. If you want to say, oh, this person facing this person, that's fine. All power to you. But you need someone that actually knows what they're doing to produce the match. Because obviously, you have been failing on every aspect of it. And I'm not saying like the regular matches, I'm saying these gimmick matches. We're expecting a off the wall ending, and then we just see a fucking coffin drop. If I wanted to see that, just let Darby Allen do it. I'm just like, Jesus, Tony, what you're getting people wanting to talk about you in the wrong way. But obviously you don't give it give it crap. But it's like, wouldn't you rather than us be talking about you in a positive light? I mean, it's like you're gravitating to us complaining to you, and you're having a lot of fun with that. But it's like, God, just do something right. He's had every opportunity to go audience, and every time he gets to a point like me, just being a casual viewer, seeing, okay, let's give Revolution a shot, see what's gonna happen, and then I come and see this, and I'm just like, I don't want to keep watching this shit. I really don't. It's just like it made no sense. It really, really made no sense. Or you could have had, okay, take the shovel out and just say it's a coffin match. How hard is that? Why do you have to complicate everything to make it sound cool? You didn't have to do that. You could have just said, okay, it's going to be a coffin match. Whoever goes in the coffin is the winner. JD got into it with Satin. Funny stuff. What happened there? Ryan Satin? That's another thing. He just is clawing for attention. There's something wrong with that dude. There really is. If he has all these viewers, why does he need to start shit with everybody? I really don't understand. It's just like he's got that so ingrained in him now. He doesn't know how to be positive with anything. Then you got his twin brother Storms over there doing the same fucking thing. It just he's not having any luck. But I'm just saying, why are you gonna copy JD with? Someone brought this to my attention, Sarah, the other night. Do y'all know that DJ Storms actually on his Twitter handle has the initials JD? That went completely over my head. I looked, I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I just started busting up laughing. I'm just like, oh, he must be his twin brother that JD has never talked about. I mean, he says he never puts his family on there. Maybe they are actually family. I don't fucking know. But they sure act alike. But was that today, Matt? Because I got to check that out a little bit after this. I was on Twitter briefly, but not for very long though. But after that, then we had the trios championship. That was good. Or no, that next was God. I missed the first match. Was Starks and Jericho. That was actually really good. Satin mentioned JD must have a small pecker. JD. Oh, I got to see that. So that was last night. Okay, I'm gonna go check that out, or I'll have if I'm able to. I'll have some if I can't. I know I'm blocked, but there's ways around that to where I can go look for it. If not, I'll have one of my friends send it to me. But that's funny. Oh my lord! I mean, the man is so easily offended, and I honestly think, Matt, that is why he has so many subscribers. If you look at his ratio, I'm not saying that my channel is like a great channel or I get a lot of views. I am not saying that whatsoever. I'm not. But if he has 142,000 subs, why is he only getting 21,000 views? That's not really a good ratio if you actually look at it. That only tells me people are subscribing to him because he gets so easily offended and they just want to make fun of him. That's the only reason why I think he has so many. Because if you look in his members only, was he have like 1.5K? That's it? Out of 142,000? Come on, JD. There's something a little fishy about that. If you don't even have 2,000 subs out of 142 that's signed up for your channel, there's people in the gotcha community. I stated this to him today, Matt. I said, kids in the gotcha community have more viewers than you. Kids. I mean, my daughter was telling me the other night, there's some with getting 100,000 views on every single video. Every single video. And he only gets like 21 to 25 on the regular. I'm just like, what? How does that symbol number one? I don't know what he's looking at. What is he looking at? How does that symbolize that he's number one? Unless nobody else is on at that time. That's the only thing I could think of. But Jericho and getting back to Revolution, Jericho and Starks was actually pretty good. Why? Because it was not so fucking complicated. Tony just let them go out and wrestle. You see, Tony Khan, the effects, if you just keep it simple, it actually turns out to be pretty damn good. I mean, it's Jericho. I mean, he's going to do what he can to put anybody over. God bless him. You know, he doesn't care if he wins or loses. He just wants to go out there, have a good time, and put over younger talent. That's fine. And every now and then, Tony Khan will reward him with a championship. That's fine too. He puts in the work. But oh my lord, it's like if he would have done every match like this, that would have been a good show. But no, he always has to have these stupid gimmicks. He always has to overcomplicate things. He always has to get so many people in a fucking match. And it's just like so hard to keep up with. I'm like, if I were to be taking notes, I'd just throw the pen down and just be like, Tony, I can't do it. And if you actually paid me to take notes on this shit, I'd just be like, Tony, I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it. And he'd probably ask me why. I'd be like, Tony, you got 6 people in there doing God knows what, and I just can't follow it. I'm sorry. I don't like it when WWE does all these 6-woman tag matches either. But they've been kind of not doing that so much lately. You know, we're getting more one-on-one matches over with WWE, which I like. It's easier to see what's going on, what story is being told. When you got 6 people just thrown together, it like House of Black versus Elite, I'm just like, I don't know why we're doing this, Tony. You could have actually, instead of having 3-on-3, you could have had each like one-on-one, 3 good matches right there. But no, you got to get everybody on the show for the sake of getting them on the show. But weren't you the one when AEW started saying Vince McMahon shouldn't be doing that? You're not going to do that. You're going to be different. Really. I don't think you were different at all. There are a lot of content creators on here who buy subscribers too. AEW has no storylines. That is their biggest problem. Ricky, I agree. And yes, he brings a good point. How does Storms have over 2,000 subs when his average video is like 100 viewers? How? I did ask him this the other day, Ricky. I did go, are you paying for subs? Did I get a response? No. Of course, I'm not going to get one, but I feel better having asked that question. And I noticed one of his friends actually liked it, or his so-called friends actually liked it. And I'm like, see, now there's people starting to see, there's something wrong with somebody having over 2,000 subs that's not even in a partner program. How does that work? How do you not have a check mark with over 2,000 subs? I just don't get it. That because are you still calling for the watch time of 4,000 hours? He's been doing YouTube for years, and he's still. I'm just like, oh my lord, dude, just stop buying subs and concentrate on getting the check mark, please, and stop acting like JD. He always ignores that. He literally has the sideburns like him too. Except he hasn't hit puberty yet. That's the only that's the only thing I noticed because oh my god, when he talks, I'm just like, dude, where's the deepness? You're a man. Why are you talking like you're 5 years old? It's like I can't keep up with the dude. Like after 5 minutes, I turn that live stream off. I'm just like, and he does that stupid long intro with the clap. You know the clap? Like at least JD doesn't do this shit. Like if I saw him do that, I'd be like, JD, I'm done. I'm not watching another fucking live stream ever again. I'm just like, no. Out of the recent content creators, guys, I would say BC is my favorite. I don't know if you guys watch BC Amplified. I love him. I mean, he's hilarious. At least he's real. He does his own thing. He doesn't try to copy anybody. And his live streams aren't that long. Every once in a while, he may go like an hour and a half, 2 hours if people are giving him super chats. I mean, it's only the respectful thing to do. If someone's paying, you're going to read what what they wrote. That's just out of respect. But I'm just like, but I don't get it. I really don't understand how these people could say they're the best when the results are right there. Numbers do not lie. Tony Khan knows all about numbers. Look at his ratings. When's the next announcement going to be? Did you see that? That he's actually planning more announcements? He's planning more announcements. That guy is getting so desperate to keep a 1 million rating. He is planning more announcements, thinking that's going to get his show over. Eventually, Tony, that's going to run out. Then, because if you don't deliver on these announcements after maybe one or two more and people see nothing from it, you're going to lose another 200,000. You may go back to 750. And then you're getting very close, very, very close to NXT ratings. And you don't want TBS to be looking at that, be like, Tony, what's going on here? Why is NXT catching up to us? And I think a couple of times this year they pulled in over 700,000. Maybe he has CM Punk coming back. Probably WWE wants something to do with him. Unless their Triple H's mindset has changed. I don't know. I haven't seen any rumors about Punk going back to WWE. So, yeah, he could be very well coming back to AEW. How Chris Jericho is going to feel about that, I don't know, because he said Punk's never coming back here, and Tony Khan has him like the leader of the locker room. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. I really don't. Talvish, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate it. We're just kind of ranting on about Revolution last night. I don't know if you watched it or not, but thank God I didn't pay for that. Someone asked me, "You actually paid $49.95?" No. There's streaming sites I went to where I didn't pay one penny. Why? Because I'm not giving Tony Khan any of my money. Sorry, even if it's a lagging stream, I'd rather sit there refreshing it than paying him $50. I'm sorry. It was okay. Yeah, and it was too long. By 10 o'clock, I'm like, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. I think that was Samoa Joe and Wardlow. I was like, I've had enough for one night. Like a very long dynamite. It didn't really feel like a revolution. Do you think AEW goes out of business like WCW did if they don't do better? No. The reason being because Tony Khan does have a lot of money and he will probably be very persuasive in renewing their deals with TNT and TBS. There are already talks of another 5-year deal, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. I feel they should have a mixed tag at Mania. Brock and Ronda Rousey versus Edge and Beth. Anything that would be better, honestly, Matt, than Brock and Omos. Oh my God! But that's another news. Brock may be hanging it up after WrestleMania. Apparently, it's being reported that people are noticing that he's been waiting. That's a sign that he may be on his way out. I don't think it has to do with money. I just think Brock maybe feels like there's nothing left for him to do. And he even said in interviews he doesn't spend his money foolishly. He's probably saved up enough to where he can just go home. He may come back from time to time and do a Stone Cold, say hello, F5 somebody and leave just for a payday for the year. But I don't see Brock doing many more matches after Mania. I really don't. And the way he's been acting, you kind of can see it that he's winding down. He probably wants to stay home with his family. That's fine. Does WWE need Brock anymore? No. Triple H is looking more towards the future, and Vince may convince him to come back from time to time just to say hello and make him some money. Do LA Knight versus Gunther for the IC title and Drew versus Sheamus. I agree. LA Knight deserves something. He really does. The guy is so over with the audience. It's like, how can you have this guy losing? I really don't get it. Even with Twitter, LA Knight is huge. Everybody loves his stuff. And LA Knight versus Gunther, sign me up. I would love that match. And if they actually let LA Knight have some offense and hang in there with Gunther, that could be a show. That could be a match that steals the show. Drew versus Sheamus, we already know, would always be a banger. To be together every single time. I love Drew versus Sheamus. And I see some seeds already planted that might be where they're going. With Drew feuding with Sheamus, it looks like they might be breaking them up eventually. LA Knight is gold. Yes, he is. LA Knight is incredible. He can sell a broomstick. That's how good he is on the mic. And I really thought with Triple H running things, Knight would be in a more prominent role. And I'm just like, why is he losing? Well, Kofi Kingston did not need that win. LA Knight needed that win more than anything. He really did. And then they give it to Kofi. It's just like, why? Kofi does not need it. He could go on a slew of losing streaks and be fine because Kofi's a big PR person for the company. Yeah, Vince wanted to make him Max Dupree. God, Matt, don't bring that back in my head. I might have a migraine. I really, I really don't want to ever see that again. But they're still having maximum male models there. That to me is a Vince creative suggestion, as they so-called say. It's like, why are they there? If you notice, Triple H, as soon as he took over, they were gone. You didn't see maximum MMM anymore. None. They were out of there. And then all of a sudden they're brought back. We're like, this could very well be Vince. A lot of the wrestlers that Triple H has brought back have been terrible so far. I would agree. Excuse me. Strowman's one. What has he done? He looks great. He looks in phenomenal shape. I'll give him that. But he's done nothing. Braun Strowman has literally done nothing. And who's another one? I hate to say this, guys. I really do. But Bray Wyatt has been a flop. They are dragging this thing out so much. It's like making it look like Bray has no direction whatsoever. And that's sad because he has one of the best returns at Extreme Rules that I have seen in years. That was so captivating. Like I couldn't turn away. That's how hooked I was to this. And it's like, why did they do this to him? Now you got Uncle Howdy coming in there getting his ass kicked, and then they just black out. I'm just like, when are they just going to form this group? Is there a group? Is there a Wide Six? That's what the rumor going around was when he returned. What are they doing? What are they doing with Bray? Didn't you see Firefly Funhouse coming back? And then it's just like, what's next? They did the Muscle Man dance. Don't be surprised if you don't see that little Vince Devilhorn coming in there. You know very well that will happen. Just because they took Vince off of the graphic does not mean Vince McMahon it has nothing to do with creative. They probably just said, oh, people are going to get worried. Let's remove him real fast because they know that would have caused an uproar because as soon as people noticed that, they were already complaining. Like, why is he on there? I agree. Bray Wyatt, best return, turned into a waste of time. They all over the place. People understand where this is going. Chris, I completely agree with your assessment. I really don't know where it's going. First, you have Uncle Howdy attacking Bray, and then you have joining Uncle Howdy, and then Uncle Howdy's getting his ass kicked with Bray not even coming out to face Bobby Lashley. Why? You only got 3 weeks to WrestleMania, or 4, and you still don't have Bray come out and face him face to face. what was the point of Bobby even coming to SmackDown? Bobby could have just done something over a promo over Vince Satellite. What was the point? I'm pretty sure Vince has taken over Bray's character now. Yeah, I'm telling you, if we see another Firefly Funhouse and that Vince McMahon puppet comes on there, we know Triple H is no longer in control of Bray's character. And don't be surprised if the Fiend returns. The only thing that won't return is Eater of Worlds, because Bray did say he does not want to do that character without Brody. Completely understand. We would not hold him against anything related to that, because we know how much Brody meant to Bray. So no worries, we're good. But as far as the Fiend goes, if Vince takes over that character, you'll come back. I know you will, because he's going to eventually get bored of this one. I honestly like when he first came back, when it was stripped down Bray Wyatt. He's being himself. I'm like, this is kind of cool. Let's do more of this. And then they got rid of that and started with the spooky Halloween shit. And it's just like, oh, here we go again. I think WWE should bring in Nick Aldis. He could be a star. Yeah, that could be possible. But the way they're going, I don't know if they're going to get Matt Cardona back. Because look what they're doing to Chelsea Green. Oh, my Lord. They are doing her dirty. Oh, my Lord. It's like, why would you not want to have Cardona come back? He's obviously watching how you're treating her. You really think he's going to say, yeah, I'll go back to WWE? No. Nothing will beat the 2013. Oh, Bray with Brody and Eric when there was the Boondocks in the swamp. Yep. That was really good. Those promos were fire. Those were great. The only problem is Vince had Bray lose almost every time. That's the only issue I had with that. It's like he built this up perfectly, and Bray was so over. And then when it came time, the most important part, which was the match in the ring, you would have him lose. And over time, Bray lost more credibility, and people stopped believing in him. Because if you can't win in the ring, what good are your promos? You can have firebomb promos every fucking week. But if you don't win a match, what's it going to do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They'll just be like, here's another guy that's good. And I'm like, next. I mean, come on. You even know Vince McMahon would even tired of that. He really would. I'm sorry. But he would. But where were we? I forgot where we were on this Revolution card. We had Samoa Joe. Oh, the trios match. The Elite versus House of Black. Yeah, House of Black are the new trios champ. Kenny Omega was carried out away with some help from security. And if that's a sign of Tony Khan writing Kenny off TV, he may be coming to WWE. Why not? Maybe he wants to see what's going on over there. It's the only company he has left to work for. And Cody's over there having a great time in a prime spot. That was probably the point of it, of putting Cody in a prime spot. So hopefully more of Tony's top stars will want to come back to WWE. Bray should have beat Cena. Cena did not need to win that match because Cena is the biggest star in the company. Mania 30 was great. Only problem was Taker's streak ending and Cena beating Bray. That, I think, Chris, with Cena beating Bray, that moment, really, Bray had a hard time recovering. He really had a hard time recovering because he finally got up to the top. And then when it came time to actually get something done, he lost, and he just never felt the same after that. Even with getting that win back in the chamber, it was okay, but Bray never really recovered. Hey, Greg and John, what's up, buddy? What year did you start watching? You go back to the 80s? WrestleMania. The WrestleMania I remember that I watched first was WrestleMania 7. I think that was Hogan, or was it 6? Whichever Hogan or Warrior was. Which one was that? It's either 6 or 7. I believe. Wasn't it Hogan and Ultimate Warrior? So I remember 7 was Sergeant Slaughter and Hogan. Yeah, 7 was Sergeant Slaughter and Hogan. That was actually a banger match. And 6 was Hogan and Warrior. That was really good too. So it was around that time it started. I enjoyed the Iron Man match. That's good. I'm glad you did, Greg and John. But by Samoa Joe and Wardlow, I was like, goodbye. Matt, 6. Yep, it was 6. Okay. But I'm sorry. I was like, I am not watching a 1 hour Iron Man match that late at night. Honestly, maybe put that in the show a little earlier. I know it's your world heavyweight title, but you really don't want the crowd to be exhausted by the time that match happens because they already know, oh God, this is going to be 60 minutes. And it's like 12 o'clock. I don't get it. I really don't. Tony needs to get to the point where he doesn't have to have everybody on the show. He does not need to have everybody on the show. Triple H was actually getting better with that. That's why I love WWE's concept with the 5 matches because he knows, hey, if you want to be on the show, you got to earn it. We're not just going to throw everybody on here and have this content be like 5 hours. So they have been getting very good at that. Tony, on the other hand, I understand, guys, but there's a way you can do it a little better. There is, and then you have the media scrum after that. Oh my lord! I would love to see Daniel Bryan back in WWE with the Yes chance. Maybe it could very well happen, Greg and John, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I believe if Brian Danielson doesn't get a title anytime soon, I think he's going to get frustrated enough to start thinking about what he's doing next. Because he has been putting on all these great matches, but has been awarded nothing. Nothing. Not one title. You really think Brian Danielson's going to be the type of guy that wants to stay in the company and win nothing? I don't think so. I love Sean and Brett, but I just couldn't get into the Iron Man matches. And I forward it into the end during Mania 12. That's kind of what I do. That I kind of do the same thing when it comes back and it's like, all right, is this a segment that I'm really going to be into? And then I watch it, and I'm like, I need a break. I'm going to hit pause and then fast forward. But MJ did retain Danielson. So what I think may happen here, Tony Khan's probably going to keep MJF champion all the way to 2024, and then try to convince MJF to stay in AEW. I don't know if he does. He seemed very passionate about going to WWE. He has really built himself up to a major star, and I think WWE would love to have them some MJF. If Triple H is still involved in creative, he'll have freedom to say almost anything he wants. He won't be able to swear and stuff like he does right now. But as far as the cocky arrogance and that type of behavior, Triple H will let him do it. He'll say, no, just go be yourself. Just watch the F bombs and all that. Because you won't be able to say that on USA, buddy. I'm sorry, but that's one thing that might be a little challenging for him. So we'll see what happens there. But I very well do see if they're wanting Kenny, they're going to want him some MJF. I don't know about Joe because Samoa Joe is great, but he's kind of injury prone. So I don't think WWE is going to want anything to do with him again. So you can expect to see him still be in AEW. Who would you have beat MJF for the belt? Well, Ricky, we already had Moxley have the title for a while. Hangman already had his turn. Jericho already had the belt. That is a very good question. Who else would we have as beat MJF? If not Brian Danielson, then that's what I'm going to have to think about. Because I'm not saying Tony doesn't have good talent. He does have good talent over there. But I don't know who, honestly, I would have beat him. Maybe have MJF lead with the title. But we know that's not going to happen. But see, as far as CM Punk goes, hell no. I don't want to see him hold the title again and get injured. He's that ship has sailed. No more. No more Punk. Um, hmm. They just have so many people on that roster. It's just like, geez, it's hard to choose because he has what, 100 people, and he's barely built up half of them. Have Marco Stunt return, challenge for the TNT belt, and challenge MJF after a year. Evan, that's a good idea. I mean, I don't know what Marco Stunt's been doing because the only time I really turn AEW on is when they have pay-per-views. But that could possibly be something. Just God, don't give it to Pockets. Please don't give it to Pockets. I can't stand him. I don't know if you guys like Orange Cassidy, but I'm just like, I could care less if I could care less if he wins or loses. It's just like, oh, what else? What do I have to do around the house? Let's see. Dear God, no Marco. So I see a lot of you are either for or against that. But as far as Pockets, no. Oh God, if Tony turns into a main attraction because he's a huge fan of Pockets, that would suck. That would suck. I mean, the guy is so. I don't know why people like him. I don't. He's boring. Well, let me put my hands in my pockets. I see people do that at work all the time. I'm just like, that just turns me off. So you'd actually like to have a world heavyweight champion put his belt on here in a backpack and then put his. No. Uh, Pockets is god awful. I love Jim Cornette. Yes. And that is where I got it from. Don't think I'm trying to steal Jim Cornette's lines. I'm not. Jim Cornette is where I got it from, but I just love calling them Pockets. I really do. Pockets is Pockets is just a great nickname that Cornette gave him. And it's perfect because he always has his hands in his pockets. He's not really all there. He's very lazy. I mean, hell, I wonder what Roman Reigns thinks of him doing the Superman punch. He's probably sitting there laughing. He's like, like I really can honestly see Roman just rolling his eyes, being like, "Oh, here comes someone stealing my move, not even doing it even close to properly, and then they're actually calling it a orange punch." He's probably like, "Oh my lord, fuck these people." Can you imagine? Oh Lord, if Roman even knows that's even happening, because I don't know if he watches AEW, but I'm sure people have told him about it. But he may not even still have turned it on. Like, why would I waste my time with somebody called fucking Pockets? Oh, he's taking my Superman punch. Whatever. But in good news, the good news, guys, Cena returns tonight. Can't wait for that. I believe they're going to start the feud going with Austin Theory. Do you guys think Cena needs a W? I don't. I really think Theory needs to win here. Will be a great match, but I really think they should give it to Theory, and I think that's what Triple H is going to do. Hopefully, he doesn't have that Vince creative suggestion in his head saying, no, Cena, we got to give Cena a win, or he's not going to want to come back, or some sort of nonsense that he was spewing in his ear. Who knows? Who knows? But Theory should definitely get the win. Get Gargano off my TV. Yeah, why did he change his theme music? Anybody have a clue why he changed his theme music? What was wrong with it? It's like it has that weird like sound effect in the beginning, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why in the world did like that? That could be another Vince sign right there, because that was pretty recently. I think a couple months ago, right? That Gargano changed that, and I'm just like, what? No, that sounds very Vince. It's like I don't get it. Theme music is they're so important to a wrestler, and if you go and change it, look at the Viking Raiders, for God's sakes. How many times have they changed their shit? I'm interested to see what direction WWE goes in after Mania. Can y'all imagine? I don't know what kind of shape Randy Orton is in, but that would be awesome to see him come back tonight after WrestleMania. I think that would really push WWE in the right direction. Have Orton come back, maybe do a little something with Cody, have them embrace each other or what, because they used to have the legacy, let them reunite for a little bit. That would be cool. He is a weed. I can't stand watching that geek. Johnny's same face per Corny. uh, I haven't watched Cornette in a while. Does he have a name for Johnny Gargano? Because I'd be interested in that. But as far as I remember, Twinkle Toes was Kenny Omega. The Elite were the Hardly Boys because they hardly work. Like, oh, Cornette's gold, man. He really is. I love the nicknames he comes up with everybody. But he is a weed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's what everybody likes to call vanilla midget. I mean, Gargano can wrestle though. I will give him that. He's not good on the microphone by any means. Twinkle Toes, Mick Finger boring. Oh, Twinkle Toes, Mick Finger bang. Sorry about that, man. I was just like, what? Twinkle Toes, Twinkle Toes, Twinkle Toes. Yep. Can you imagine if Kenny does come to WWE? What kind of field day Jim Cornette's gonna have? Oh my lord, he is gonna really bash Omega if he comes to WWE. Because good lord, man, I can imagine the nicknames that would be coming up for Kenny Omega. Oh lord, if he thought Twinkle Toes was funny, there's gonna be a lot more than Twinkle Toes. Let me tell you that. Oh my god. But very excited for WWE Raw tonight, as all of you are starting to share with me. But Cena's going to be great. Actually, before we get out of here, let's see what WWE Raw has on tap for us. They have a lot of fucking stuff announced already. WWE wasn't wasting any time. They were announcing shit yesterday, and I'm just like, that's kind of weird. They're doing it so early. But what do we got? What do we got? No, I don't want to join WWE. Yeah, we know John Cena's coming. We got Jimmy Uso needs to finish Sami Zayn once and for all. Ooh. Johnny would have a much better run in AEW since Tony likes to push the smaller wrestlers. Are you going to be doing a live stream for a Raw later? Unfortunately, Evan, I can't do the post shows. My neighbors would really, really complain. They would. I'm only lucky enough to do these Monday during the day because nobody's here. But if I were to do those at 10 o'clock at night, oh my God, yeah, that's why sometimes I do those in a car and people make fun of me for that. But it's like they just don't understand that you got to be respectful. Not everybody has no neighbors around them. I unfortunately live in a city. I got neighbors everywhere. They're not going to want me yelling about wrestling at 10 o'clock at night or 11. Good Lord. They'd be knocking on my door so fast it wouldn't be funny. So then we got Seth freaking Rollins and Logan Paul face to face. Ooh, that should be good. Bianca Belair to square off against Carmella. Really? Why, Bianca? Why do you need to go after? Ricky. Johnny Gargano goes head to head with Finn Balor. I'm sure you're gonna love this one. But it should be a decent little match if WWE gives them more than 5 minutes. Let's hope they do. Kevin Owens takes on the Bloodline Solo Sikoa. Oh, that's gonna be good. Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa. Oh yeah, that'll be a great match. Too many crappy women matches on Raw. Yeah, Bianca and Carmella does not sound like something that I want to just go. Wow, I can't wait for some Bianca Belair and Carmella. That would be I don't know if that would be a Vince or Triple H match. That's kind of a tough one. Probably Vince. Bianca needs to become a heel now. Yeah, she really does. I mean, the last year she's been a baby face. It's time to see what she can do as a heel. Maybe she get more aggressive, not be out smiling every week at everything. It's just like, come on, Bianca. We love you. We know you can go. Get some attitude, girl. Don't be so afraid of everything. You're the world champion. It's like, come on. Don't be all smiling and dancing to people's theme music. That I hate. I really hate that. It's like, why in the world are they dancing to the opponent's music? That just makes no sense to me. They're coming for your title and you're dancing. Why are you dancing? It's like Finn Balor when he used to be the underwear model, coming out smiling. I'm just happy to be here. I'm going to smile in my underwear. Everybody take a picture of me, and then I'll put it on Instagram. It's just like, why do wrestlers get so content with this? I really don't understand. It's like you're there to become a champion. Why all of a sudden do you care about being an underwear model, Finn? It's just, I'm just like, oh my lord. But let's see, is that all they got? I thought they had more announcements in this because every hour last night on Twitter, there's something new about WWE Raw. Carmella was dancing to Bianca's music. Yes, the other week. I'm just like, why? Why are we doing this? And then you see, what was it? The other funny part, Brock Lesnar was balling with MVP. It's like, why is Lesnar dancing with MVP's music? Sitting there going like this. I'm just like, oh my lord, what is this, a new thing? Who knows? Zayn versus Jimmy, yes. That's going to be decent. That's going to be a decent match. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 segments announced. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they had a lot more than 5 because WWE was going crazy yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's like every time I looked at Twitter, I'm like, there's another new message about WWE Raw, and I'm just like, they're really stacking the show up. So hopefully, it's definitely a good one, and not a bunch of nonsense. But John Cena should be very good. I'm going to predict, I'm sure each and every one of you will, that Cena opens Raw. Why would you not have him do it? You're going to want to loop people in, so expect Cena to kick off the show. That's what I think will eventually will happen. As far as the matches, I'm not very good with match orders. I don't predict them very well, so I'm not going to do that. But anyways, that was all the news with Revolution. That's what's going on with Raw tonight. And the last thing we need to go over just real quick before we get out of here is Brock Lesnar could be done. If you those of you that just came in that may have missed it earlier, we did touch on it at the beginning, but it is being reported that Brock Lesnar is possibly done after WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. He's waving goodbye to people. It seems like on each WWE Raw, and we could very well be coming to the end of Brock Lesnar's career. They were showing the China bio last night on A&E. It was very good. I got to watch that. I love me some China, man. China was just a badass, and she was so good. And they came out last night. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out, Ricky. I appreciate you telling me that because I was out cold watching AEW nonsense for whatever reason. But I did not know that came out. So thank you. I really appreciate it. So, guys, I got to get out of here because we got some stuff to do around the house before everybody gets home. So if you guys can, please hit that thumbs up on your way out. I really appreciate it. It does help the video out so much. I hope you guys had a good time. I really do. I try to get to every single person in the chat because without you guys, I'd be talking to myself. Who wants to do that? I can't thank you enough. I really can't thank you enough. We do this every Monday. So be on the lookout for this every Monday around 12 noon Eastern. And we'll just talk about everything that happened with wrestling in the week. Revolution was the hot topic for this weekend. So next week we'll probably do Raw and SmackDown results and anything else that breaks during the week. I will be here to let you guys know. See, we got Ricky in the chat. Matt, thank you. Evan, thank you. Who else do we have in here? Chris, thank you for being here. Greg and John, I appreciate you. And I believe, and Talvish, thank you very much. And I believe that's everybody. Yep. So, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you guys so much. And please stay in touch. I'll be live tweeting for Monday Night Raw, and I look forward to talking to each and every one of you. We actually hit almost an hour, guys. That's awesome. I don't think I ever had a stream when I did by myself that would last an hour, so I'd really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. So please hit that thumbs up. So important. And I will talk to you guys tonight for Monday Night Raw. Have a great Monday, guys. And really, thank you guys so much for being here.